Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so Ninja Trader is giving me some problems here. Doesn't like the 5-year for some reason. I'm just gonna close it. It's totally screwed. Look at that. We're gonna have to end task, guys. Where are you? Trader. I killed it. That's a little better. There we go. Okay. So let's pull this chart over. Get everything good. Okay, so what happened? Well, we had what appeared to be a trend day on the 3rd, but it did not beat out the previous pivots. Not in the 10-year, not in the 30-year. It came close, but it was still short. No, let's delete that line. That line didn't matter. And now what I see is this balance area that I identified at 070 that we've seen a couple of times before. We're just a little bit below it. So this could mean short, but I don't want to read too much into it. There's not a ton of volume. The look at the orders on the DOM. Okay, so that tick down actually increased the offers a little bit. I want to see what happens here, but I mean, we could get a break of the low and a push lower. We might see that happen. I don't know. It's going to be hard trading. And then we do have news, right, in 7 minutes. So I think it's best to wait. Yep, unemployment claims. Oh, what was the non-farm employment change? It was 177 versus 190. Okay. Well, I don't know if we necessarily saw stuff off of that. And then we do get final services PMI and non-manufacturing PMI. So we have a bunch of news today. And then we have the FOMC meeting minutes. So we got to be careful. But do we have news in 7 minutes? So we're just going to watch until that happens. Oh yeah, let's post the stream links. Get that. There's one. And there's another one. Okay, yeah, it might be a quiet day today, being after the holiday and having the meeting minutes later today. There might not be a lot of people willing to put up liquidity, so we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely going to play it cautious, simply based on that there's not a lot of size put on the DOM today. That concerns me a little bit. So, all right. Okay, just a few seconds here for the news. 231 versus 225, so the number is good. Well, no, I mean, it's jobless claims, so the number's bad. It's not like a huge miss. 6,000. No reaction. So, I don't know if we're going to get any fun today. We might see. I'm just reading here really quick. Non-farms tomorrow also is a big deal. So I'm thinking we might see a move up to this 145.10 in the bond. It's more clear here, it's a 8.5 in the 10-year. They are above if you want. They could try making that move, but I'm not seeing like enough volume or signals to really say either way. The only thing is that I see is that they're not offering a whole lot here at 6, and that's kind of the edge. So that's potential fate there. So they're not getting through it to 6.5. But they've hit it enough times, I'm not gonna mess with that. If it was like low and they weren't hitting it, then we could fade it, but I digress. Okay, well, we were just talking about there in chat. It does feel like it could maybe go back to the this other volume node here at the top, but I'm not seeing enough of a thing to like try and take a trade off of it. We did get it tick down there, but it didn't hold. And when it's only taking 1,000 contracts to go through, like, yeah, I don't think we should mess with it. I do see it as buy everywhere. For the most part, the buy orders are pulling. It's pretty crappy. We got 3 people watching. No, 4. Yeah, 4. Oh, 5. 5 people. Well, thank you for joining us on this extremely boring morning. Yeah. What's the Bitcoin? What's the deal with the Bitcoins? Why are they not 0718? I mean, that's correct, right? But there's just no volume, I guess. There's just no volume coming into the Bitcoin futures yet. Where's something's not right. Where's like the second and third? Yeah, it's not. Something's wrong with my historical data, I guess. Oh, they traded 07. You see here, it's like only 28 has gone through. They're pulling. Is that really how much it's gone? It might be the 5 you're driving at. I think on one hand, if it does go up to that 08 half, then that's a good, what, 6 to 8 ticks that you could have taken out of it. Pretty good trade. Kind of makes me feel like FOMO, regret. But then I think back on it and I'm like, there wasn't anything like really interesting going on. There's not really any significant changes in the volume of things. Look at the cumulative delta. The cumulative delta is oscillating around by 1,000. This is a kind of action where I'm gonna get really tempted to take a trade and I should probably just sit out or take the day off, you know? So here's the thing that I'm noticing right now is, so you see this volume node right here? 085. And where is the volume node in the 30-year? 2 ticks higher. So, in order for us to get up to these nodes, if we were to get to these nodes at the same time, then that would mean that the knob spread would have to move up another 2 ticks. Which, its knob is actually kind of in the top of its range already. And FYT is at the bottom of its range, which is kind of interesting. So there is the possibility that we push up to 10 and that moves the 10-year up to this. And this will probably a little more complicated than that, but I'm just kind of spitballing it. Well, how long has it been now? 30 minutes? And they got 1, 2, 3, 3 ticks. That was 6.5, and now it's rotating around 06.5. And they don't really want to try and attack 07 very hard. It took a bit. It took 3,000 to finally get like a tick down, like a real tick down, but this is awful. Then you see up here, just if you look at the pulling, there's pulling, there's pulling. But here the bids haven't really changed much, if at all. So it's just moving around based on tricks. This is how I read that. So that's not a market that I think we have a edge in. I can see that my Facebook friends used the 4th of July to spread lies and rumors, other misinformation. No, when I see a post and it's like 8 hours, 12 hours old, it's like, is it really worth it trying to correct people now or debunk some of these things? Yeah. Probably not. Trump interviews Senator Mike Lee about Supreme Court opening. Oh boy. He's still on the short list, I guess. Man. New York Times is trying to convince Collins and Morawski to leave the GOP, quote unquote. Probably because they're desperate to not see the Donald Trump's next Supreme Court pick put in. This guy gets it. Collins and Morawski are cowards. They speak out only when it is safe and toe the party line regardless. Pretty much. They say stuff because it helps them politically, but when they vote what helps them politically. And these aren't principled people. I had this same thing, but the other way around with in Utah with Matheson. He'd say all of the things that the conservative voters in Utah want to hear, but then when you look at his votes, he voted party line every time. And the only times that he ever did not vote party line were times where like it was safe. It was never. It's never. He's never going to be like the deciding vote on something, right? That's what they do. Well, this isn't going to pass anyways, so it's safer for me to vote against it so that I can say that I voted against it. But then when it came to one that mattered, like healthcare, party line. Why would London be hungover? They don't have a holiday yesterday. Everybody in London getting drunk on a Wednesday night? Well, they ticked 7.5. I guess you could have kept it if you were willing to take 3 ticks against you. Man, it's getting hot in here. I think I'm gonna open the door. That might mean that we'll hear more birds, but you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing because what else are we going to do? That bit's trying to drive it. Oh, there it goes. Well, the price action does seem to be a little bit more like what it's been earlier in the week. You tick up, you get a lot tick up behind it. This guy pulls, we go further. So this is That's good. If it can keep that up for the rest of the month, I'd be super happy. Okay, so now we get to see the interesting point. Mm. Well, seeing all the fours below us now, that's good. Granted, it's super rangy action, but I think that just based on that alone, that we could maybe continue going up. I'm surprised that my birds aren't squawking at me right now. Oh gosh. My wife just sent me these messages. Let me see if I can set it up so that I can show you. Um, gosh, there you go. Look at that. Wow, that's awful. My car's just been sitting in the airport parking lot. He must have parked under something. The heck? That's just really bad, guys. Yeah, good point, alligator. I'll tell you what, guys, with alligator, he's been in this um, Discord room since day one, and I don't think I've ever seen him make a call that was really bad. Doesn't mean that all of his calls were right, but I've never seen him make a call where it's like, oh, I think we're gonna go down now, and then we ended up having a trend day the other way. I've seen that happen with a lot of other people. I think I've made those before. But some of the people that were a little more, we've kind of been suspect, like, I think this guy might be messing with us. They'd say something and then it would be a trend day the other way, but never seen anything like that with alligators. The most legit local that I think we've had in this room. he ever says something that contradicts me, you should listen to him. I mean, you should never listen to me anyways, because I've been doing horrible lately, but you get what I'm saying. Wonder if my data is wrong here, because on the Bitcoin chart here, like it's not showing me. Maybe let's just go to a minute chart. Nope. No, seems suspicious. Oh, they're actually down today. They had another big buy on the 4th and it's come back. Why would you, of all the days, to do something like that? Let's get rid of that. See that they bought on the 4th, and then it came back down. Okay, now they seem a little bit more lined up. They're still one tick off of each other. Okay. So interesting thing to note here in the 5-year is that when they came up there and then pulled back on that last pullback, the offers thickened up. So they're indicating a possible reversal, but that's like such a, that's something that could happen on any reversal, but it doesn't mean that it's more likely to become a reversal or anything like that. So, Red Arnett, have you ever given thought to allowing one of your proven successful members here to do some co-moderating? Well, I mean, yes and no, because we don't really moderate here. Oh, you mean like on the stream? I mean, that would be interesting. So, yeah, I'm gonna let him type. So he's saying something else. Oh, hey, look, they broke the high. Look at that. Yeah, well, yeah, so that's an interesting question. Well, let me type it out. Yeah, so. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. We could try doing something. I feel like Keith and Alligator are the only two people that know. Well, and John. So we've done stuff with John before, right? Because we used to be in his room. Well, those are really like the only three people that I feel like I would really trust to do something like that. And if they wanted to, I would frankly let them take over the whole stream if they wanted. And I would just record my thing separately and upload it separately or something. But you know what I mean? I've always kind of had this open that it was like if you had something that you thought was really useful that was a video and you felt like you wouldn't be able to distribute it very effectively yourself because you don't have an established YouTube channel or whatever, I would be completely willing to upload it to our channel so that people could use it. But I'm going to guess that in a case like that they could just stream their own stream, and that's another thing is I would encourage anybody that's trading that if that interests you to stream it. At the very least, what I would do is you can actually set it so that when you stream something, the video is still private. So basically what you're doing is you're using YouTube as a library, but nobody will ever watch your videos unless you give them the link to it. It's kind of nice. Because the thing is when you're trading live, you know, well, I'm going to type this one. Oh yeah, when I stream and some of the things that I've seen. So like, you know, we had a member that was like, oh, was a little upset that day, and I'm not quite sure why, but he was kind of being a dick, and I told him he was being a dick, and he was like, nah, I'm just gonna leave, and I'd fade every trade that you take, and I was just like, you know, this is the sort of reason why I think most traders kind of are going to try and keep to themselves, right? Because you're gonna get people that are gonna try and mess you up, or play with your head, or frankly just try and trade against you. You know, who knows? You could get a whale that trade against you and make you do really poorly all of a sudden. Um, it's just, you know, being public like that is makes things a little bit more difficult, and trading is already hard, you know. Well, it's really starting to move now that they broke that high, and granted, they only broke it by a tick. But now that we broke that high, it's auctioning a lot faster. Hmm. Like I'm tempted. I'm really tempted to just buy 9. So they did bounce. They went back to the '08, and then they bounced back up. And as long as we're above '08, I wouldn't mind buying it. And there is, you know, at 13 or so, we're getting into more size. So we could just push up through this next little area. I'm still well. Okay, so the E-mini just opened up, so that's part of it. The E-mini moving must be getting them to do stuff. And what did they do? Oh, I see. They tried a little bit of a buy at the beginning of the open, and now they're selling it. So maybe we do get a good push up in treasuries now. I think though, I think that I should wait. I mean, I'm tempted to buy in there, but I think that that would be like a FOMO trade, right? Like we need to see a good signal. We need to see us like get down to the bottom and then just not take it. So maybe one happened there at 08 half and we missed it, but we need to focus a bit more now. Oh man, really? Wait, we were yesterday. So for the 4th of July, my um, weightlifting team, the coach is moving into a new house, and her new house, she got an extra high ceilings in her basement and everything else like that, so that we can move our gym into her house, which should be really nice because we'll have air conditioning and we can make it all nice and like a weightlifting gym instead of being in some storage warehouse somewhere, which is what we're in before. So we moved a bunch of stuff. And then after we did that, I took some of the leftover rubber flooring that they let me have, and I had to clear out a spot in my garage so that we could store that for when I'm ready to build my own platform at my house. So we worked pretty hard on the 4th of July. Anyways, so then we're getting into the shower, and my wife, I don't know how it happened, or what the deal was, but she basically stubbed her toe on the step going into the shower, like really, really bad. And now she's telling me that she thinks it might be broken. I hope not. Because, like, well, so I'm asking her if she can move it now, but, like, man, breaking your toe is, like, the worst. Because there's not really a lot. I guess for the big toe, maybe there's something we can do about it, but they don't necessarily put that in a cast. See, it's a strong bid there. When they tick up, they're putting a strong bid on it. Although they're not building orders here at like 09 half and 09. Concerns me slightly. And the 5-year is encountering some resistance. It's this 5-year is getting a little disorganized, to be honest. But the E-rating still has lots of things that it needs to test. It might not just all be down from here. Like, there's another leg down, or there's some support, and then they could maybe drop. And if they drop, it's going to be like below 27.15. See, I'm looking here. I see that there's a couple of orders sitting right here. I'm gonna make that bigger. Couple of orders sitting right here in the 5-year. This bid, when they tick it down, actually gets a little stronger too. But the one that I find really interesting is this 09 here. There's only 36. That never stacked up to 4. So maybe I'm like reading way too much into things. Now on the other hand, we got these right here. In the 30-year. And then this one, somebody's flashing something here at 19, but it's not like staying around. Then the 07's got a bunch of stuff on it. The VWAP's got a bunch of stuff on it. In the 5-year. Like I'm seeing something that like makes me want to jump into it. And I've been just watching because I know I don't have a signal. And now that I'm seeing it's not going, it's making me think about possibly reversing. Well, I haven't gotten bubbles, buying bubbles in the... Excuse me. I'm getting sleepy now, I guess. No, see, so here's the bubbles up at the top. We haven't seen bubbles down here yet. So the E-mini might not be done. I think that if I was in the E-mini... You know, I have taken some trades in the E-mini, but I don't think I want to play this particular one. But I think it would go short right there. Okay. See, that's exactly why I'm not trading it. So what's the next one? Nah, it needs to be higher. So we should see if it takes out the session high, the regular session high. So what we need to watch. So somewhere above 33. 33. So they've done a decent amount of volume there at 10 in the 10-year. Makes me wonder. We've been here at 10 for quite some time now. 18,000 have traded through it, and that was, you know, just in the last 10 minutes. Latest sign that Beijing is preparing its people to dig in for a fight and accept some pain along the way. Beijing framing trade tensions as a necessary hurdle to overcome as part of China's rise. How is the White House conditioning domestic expectations. Well, it doesn't matter what the White House does, because no matter what the White House does, the media tries to undermine them on trade. It's kind of funny, but nobody's trying to help him. Oh, we do. Okay, so there's some news right there. Services PMI. Forgot about that. So in line with expectations. Now in 15 minutes we get the non-manufacturing PMI. Okay, maybe now it's right here at the VWAP is the right place to take the short in the E-mini. Let's see. I'm not going to click it, but let's just see. My theory is that it's going to do this. I think it's going to do that. Okay, well, I don't really see sellers stepping up here in the 10-year. And like this 200. This 20 in the 5-year. Nothing significant. 30-year has something. Okay, they ticked down and they offered 600. Oh, what are the marks that you have on ZN? So they're just notes that I've made on past days, and so they might not be relevant anymore. But the P I put and the letter that I choose changes. But the P is like there was a pivot there. And this 13K there was a 13K iceberg order at 070 at one point way back. I'm gonna say though, the way that we reacted there today. I mean, yeah, I'll show you. No, I can't show it because it's not gonna come over. I have to move it over first. See those 7 right there and right there. So they're still reacting to it, but not super strongly. So I think it's worth keeping on there, but it's not doing what I thought it would do. So it often tends to be like a target, and it doesn't appear to be acting that way. It looks like they want to go beyond it, far beyond it. Where maybe that's the middle, or rotating around that. The I means that it was a balanced interest area that we traded back and forth across multiple times. So I'm going to say the only one that seems to have been consistent so far is this 10. But there's not like a volume node around it, so doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyways, they're not that important, so I wouldn't focus on them too much. The way that I like to do the I thing, so like one spot that I think does matter down here, this one, I don't think this one matters anymore. So this 0.4 half, so if it gets down to 0.4 half and then all of a sudden we say, oh hey, I actually think that they're going to go for the lows, then it would be best for us to be short anywhere above this 0.4 half. Because worst case scenario, this 0.4 half is going to be an easy place to get filled. And so we would prefer to get short above this so that if things aren't working out, we still have a chance of getting out at like +1 or +2. Yeah, that's why I keep track of that. It does help. It's just like location that you had a high probability of filling at before gives you a high probability of filling at in the future. Not a high, but a higher probability than other price. And if we're close there, you want to be able to have an exit, a potential exit and profit at that high probability area. Okay, so I'm seeing these. These 3Ks kind of are interesting to me. I'm not seeing them in the 5-year. Oh, we need to like reset the DOM. And I'm not seeing it in the 30. I am seeing this though. And remember that we had this area, you see it right here on the chart. Ooh, there's a little black void. And we got to be careful with this one because remember the other day we said, oh, we could get sucked back through that, and then it didn't happen that way. It is really subtle. I mean, it's like, what, this one is 46 and this one is 40? And that's what's causing it to draw the line there at the VWAP. Is this that 600 order difference? So we would be careful about how we're reading that. But the 2 5s above us, I think, and giving us an opportunity to maybe go short. Okay, so now I'm seeing this in the 30-year. I need to see something in the 5. Okay, they did take it up. It took them a little bit to tick up in the 5-year. Well, earlier we said maybe the short in the E-mini was like at that 27.27 or something like that, right? And they're just flat there now. A little bit of divergences in the bonds. So oh, okay, now they're back. So the 30-year ticked down and has been offer for a while, and these other two haven't done it. But then they just ticked down just as I said that. So also curious, these orders at 03.5. Wonder why that went away there, because we can't, those are further than 10 ticks out. Doesn't make sense. That right there. That might be a bug in the software. It shouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, I'm still not seeing enough support for my theory of going short. The 5-year ticked down, or the 30-year ticked down, so that's maybe the one. Bond did it here. This held. Now they're absorbing into 13, but I'm not seeing it here or here. They're not really hitting it here. At least not yet. Oh, okay, they tick down in this one too. Okay, pull. There's pulling for the news. What are we expecting, by the way? We're looking for 58.3. 59 versus 58.3, so that's a good number. We could go down. I'm gonna hold on a little bit here. The book definitely changed after that news come through. What was it again? 59.1 versus 58.3. There's that order showing up at 8. This order right here. And these are showing up now. And this at 19.5. I think if I can get filled at 09.5. Okay. Curious. There's an iceberg there. Okay. They didn't bid much on the fill. Well, they actually tried to push it a little bit and then it didn't go. Here's the 5 year. Is the 5 year going to tick down? It's gone back and forth here at 09.5 many times now. I'm not putting a strong offer. That's not what we want to see. Come on. Hit that 19 quarter. There we go. Oh, come on. Boo. And they're not hitting the 13 and the 5. Okay, there's a good. Okay. Better. Okay, so that's not good. We want to see that firm up a little bit. Want to see them start hitting that 12 in the 30 year. Okay, there was a pull right there and they stacked on it. Oh, I like that. Okay, but that offer is not holding firm. This one's not just going through here. Does look good though. You gotta be careful. Okay. This 11 right here, we gotta watch. So that's where the liquidity is and could stop us in the 30. Same here with this 08. E-mini just kind of not doing anything here. Okay, so that strong bid put up there. 09.5. And pull here. Only 23 have gone into it. And then they flipped. So was that a lure? Hard to say. I want to see a strong offer here. Okay. Good. Hit, but it didn't go through. Okay, I like that. So if we get this tick down and they don't offer a ton there, I'm just gonna take +1. In the 5-year. They tick down, they don't offer. Here in the 30-year, they're not attacking that 13. And they bid quite a bit there at 09.5. Okay. Need to see them hit that 13 in the 30-year. I like the pulling in the 5. Or sorry, in the 10. Nope. Okay, so it took +1. think I got lucky there, guys. I still prefer the short, but in a range like this, I think when we know by now that when you're stuck in a zipper like that, you don't really know which direction it's going to come out of. Well, there's an iceberg there at 09.5. That's good. 41.85. They busted through it, and now they put in a strong bid at 09.5. That's definitely not what you want to see if we were still short 09.5. That might be important. That iceberg there. And the E-mini is, of course, towards the bottom. I think we should keep an eye on this thing too in the 5-year. Let's see if it pulls on the tick up. It did. See that? They're gonna push through it. Yeah, they're testing it. And there's some absorption there. But usually when it prints 1,000, they back off a little bit. Yeah, so now there's this one at 200 still. That one in 19 3/4 was a spoof. Okay, and it looks like the E-mini did make it through that zone, kind of. Okay. So that 20 pulled as well. After only 100 going through. Let me just highlight it for you guys. Actually, let's not do it like that. Let's just draw an arrow. I think it's going to push up here, but I don't think that it's safe for me to take. I think I would want to take 09 half. Otherwise, I'm just chasing it. I feel so sleepy now after that one trade. I don't know why. I must be like really behind on sleep or something, guys, because I feel like almost every day this week I've wanted to fall asleep sitting here. I do have to say, I think on our trade at 09.5, oh, there goes. Are they going to do it? No. That trade that we took, I think I got lucky because this 09 half was definitely a balance area, and it just happened that 09 ended up being a balance area too, and they went back and forth there at 09 a couple of times as well. And we could see that when this was becoming balanced and they weren't hitting into 08 half or stacking at 09, that it was time to take it off. So it was lucky that we got it, but it was really, really good trade management that when we got it, we realized what was happening and taking it off. And then, when it came back up there, at that point, it could have done anything. And we rotate around here 09.5, and we broke out to the upside for, 3 ticks. So I don't think that I could have possibly have called that it was going to actually go all the way up. I just knew that it was stuck here. Now here in the 5-year, in the 30-year, ooh. The 30-year looks like it maybe wants to go. Yeah, there's some big volume there in the 30-year. Makes me a little nervous. I didn't see 24, but Jigsaw saw it. Large trade info. I don't know why I never saw it on the DOM, but 2000 is like huge. What did the orders look like through there? Let me pull that out. Okay. Holy shit. Oh. I don't know, guys. We haven't seen Tyler come through in the 10-year. I'm trying to think. The 1687 market buy is a lot, and they are still above 18. Alligator can't confirm it. Hmm. For 62. Well, because of the time, I'm gonna stop trading. Yeah. Oh, they did keep going, actually. They went to 12. No, oh, we're gonna post star charts. Read charts. Okay. 126. Wow. Don't buy Bitcoin, guys. Just maybe I end up being spectacularly wrong, but this just looks like a giant disaster in the making in Bitcoin. the bird just realized that I'm about getting ready to go. So since the 8 o'clock news, it's been some pretty good action, hasn't it? And that move off that we got that fell, or that we took the +1 on and then it went up, was a pretty okay move. I mean, you could have gotten 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 off of it. So okay. Let's see any other comments here. Just check real quick. Nope. All right. Well, remember tomorrow is ADP, and we do have the FOMC minutes at noon, so that should be good. So yeah, stick around. We're gonna get some good action here. All right, but I will see you